Hello, my name is Star, and today I'm going to show you a productivity spell that I've made and how you can do it. Just so you know that this spell generally takes around a month. My spells never tend to be a one-time thing. This is something that you would work on for a long time. You don't necessarily have to do it this way. You could make it short term, but the way that I do it, it is intended to work for a long period of time. And yeah, this is a productivity spell. I have a lot of time off school at the moment, so I'm trying to keep productive, keep up doing things. So this is pretty much just a spell that I've made to keep me active during the months that I am not in school because I've just finished year 11. Always remember that spells do not just magically happen, and it could take a while. I generally like to do mine over a long period of time because of this. It really gives me a lot of time to put my intention into that spell and dedicate time every day to that spell. And if you miss a day, that's fine. I definitely accidentally miss days all of the time, but you have to stay dedicated to that thing, because once you start missing lots of time, you kind of just forget about it. You need to put in effort for spells to work, and that is why I make them long term. So these are all the ingredients that you're going to need. So first we have sage for actual just cleansing, and you'll want the bowl or whatever you put it in. And then we have clear quartz. This is good for focusing and clear mind, because it's hard to be productive when your mind is really busy. Then we have citrine, which is good for fulfillment and joy, because you want this to be a good experience. Then we have rose quartz for self-love. That's kind of what being productive is about, it's just taking care of yourself. Then we have cedarwood oil, or any kind of earthy oil, just for grounding purposes. Then we have paper. I have 2 pieces here. In the end I do use 3, but you may just want to use 2. It's really up to you. Then I obviously have a lighter to light the sage, and also we will be burning one of the pieces of paper, possibly, if you want to. Then I have a jar, because this is a jar spell. So here I'm just lighting my sage. It is taking quite a while. I like to have a fair amount of smoke, and I'm cleansing my jar because you kind of want to make sure that it is cleansed. And I'm cleansing each of my objects, so my crystals and just everything that I use in my spell. And then I will also cleanse the area that I'm working in. So what I'm doing here is writing out a sigil for productivity. So this is just one that I have made. I like this one because it kind of reminds me of a mountain, and like a trail up a mountain, if you can see what I mean. I'm writing this out twice on 2 pieces of paper because I like to activate sigils by burning them. So one will be burnt and one will go in my jar. When I write sigils, I also like to write the statement that I started with. So I am writing "I am productive" on both of my sheets of paper. This is obviously just a sigil that I have made, and you can feel free to use it. However, if you want to make your own, I have a video on that, which I'll link somewhere at the top here, and that will give you different ways you can create your own sigils, because I just think it's a lot more personal and it means a lot more to you if you do it yourself. But absolutely feel free to use mine if you'd like. Now this is one of my absolute favourite bits, because I get to burn my sigil. So I would normally fold my sigil and just burn it, I would make sure that you do this outside because it really can smoke a lot, because whenever I do it inside it will absolutely stink of smoke, but I just burn my sigil and that is how I activate it. You obviously don't have to do it this way. There are many other ways you can activate sigils, but this is just my personal method, but do whatever method that you prefer. So now I'm just putting some oil on my sigil that's going in the jar. Obviously you could use the actual wood if you have it, but I just like to use the oil. So now I'm just folding it up and making sure that it is small enough to fit in my jar. Don't judge my awful folding. I was doing this one-handed and it was really hard. So now I'm just going to put each of my things in my jar, and as I put things in I generally like to say some sort of affirmation or say what this thing is going to help me with. So let's say I put quartz in, I will say I am focused. So this is where I had to get my third piece of paper, and this is something you're going to have to do every day. So I'm going to write 2 things on my piece of paper. I'm going to write down one thing that I did today that was productive, and then I'm going to write one goal that I have. This one here is just an example. So one productive thing might be taking your dog out or going out somewhere, and one goal is to exercise daily. Once again, I have to fold this. Don't judge my awful folding skills. And this is just to make it small enough to put inside my jar. So this is what my jar currently looks like on the first day of making my spell, but every day I would write one productive thing I've done and one goal I'd like to achieve, and once it's full I would read all of them and see how many goals I'd actually achieved. The true goal is to do as many as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and if you want to watch any more of my videos, I think I've done another spell video, and I will be uploading more frequently now because I actually have time off school, and hopefully that means I'll have time alone to actually start filming things, and I will try and be more active on here as well as in real life. And if you liked it, give it a like and consider subscribing, and I will see you in another video. Bye!